when it comes to the kinds of content that we consume, whether it be a podcast or a YouTube show, bakers can't be choosy. And by and far, you guys are a diamond in the dust.
Yes. Okay. We might have to hang up the cleats right now.
My wife is gonna love this.
Howdy, BeatiDudes. Welcome to an extremely special midweek segment as we're rounding out the end of season 1. I am so excited for what's happening here. My name is Jeff Scheffelbein. I'm joined by Nick Besner.
Howdy.
And Paul Kolker.
What's going on?
We're the BeatiDudes. You are too if you're watching this, especially if you're a male.
Otherwise, you're a BeatiDudette.
We'll take it.
Yeah, that works.
This is a show for Christian men who are seeking to grow with their walk with the Lord by recognizing the humor and holiness of everyday life. And each week we bring on different guests, and these guests sit in the third of the 4 chairs. But if you look right now, we have a missing man formation. We have the mic, we have the headset. We don't have somebody sitting there because for the first time, and to be clear, for the only time.
Well, because he's a man of mystery, so we're trying to keep it that way.
Let's keep it there.
Yeah. In
fact, somebody that 2 out of the 3 of us had never even heard of before the BeatiDudes launched. Our guest for this short form content is none other than Christopher, the man in the comments. Christopher, welcome to the show.
Hey, BeatiDudes.
Yes. There he is.
I can't wait. I've been so ready to hear your voice. This is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I still don't know what you look like, but I can picture it.
Yeah.
He's like 6'6". He's got these giant muscles.
Nope.
He's a big forearm guy. I can just tell.
I just hear him saying,
Typing
nope.
away.
3 X's right there. Not even, nope.
He will remain mysterious. Christopher, first of all, you have been a key part of every show. We talk about you almost as much as we talk about ourselves, which is a lot.
Yep.
That's why my ears are always itching.
That's it. That'll do it. But also, you might want to get that checked.
Yeah. That's not right.
I take a pill every day, but sometimes.
Well, speaking of taking a pill every day, you have brought such vitamin Chris to our life.
Little vitamin C. Yes.
There you go.
How did you find the BeatiDudes? Why did you click play? And then what happened from there?
Well, before we get started, happy feast day. Happy
feast
nativity of our Blessed Mother today.
Man.
Yeah.
And before I go any further than that, I just want to say that when it comes to the kinds of content that we consume, whether it be a podcast or a YouTube show, bakers can't be choosy. And by and far, you guys are a diamond in the dust.
Yes. Okay. We might have to hang up the cleats right now.
My wife is gonna love this.
Chris just won all the points.
Yep. Give yourself 1,000 points, Chris.
Oh, I have to redo the spreadsheet.
That's awesome.
I'm blushing.
I still didn't win. Actually, I still didn't win.
Well, that's part of this show. We're gonna have to figure out how that happened. What? So
that's okay. You guys are the faces. You guys do all the hard work.
Yeah, let's call it that.
Convince somebody of that one. Christopher, first of all, that was the greatest summation of season 1.
It was so good.
Sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
If this goes well, will you promise to do this at the end of season 2 with us?
Oh yeah, sure. No
All right. Well, then now there's pressure to perform, Chris.
Yeah.
I do have a question for you, Christopher. What was your reaction? Because I think it was probably episode 8 or 10, somewhere in that range, where we said, you know what, Christopher, you're out there in the comments every episode. You probably have all these points written down on a spreadsheet somewhere. Talk to us about your reaction to that.
Okay, well, let me answer that with probably the most nerdy answer to this question possible. That was actually episode 16, the bonus episode.
Amazing.
My spreadsheet is actually like an Excel workbook with a separate sheet for every show since then.
You just became best friends with Nick Besner.
Yes.
It's all about the spreadsheets.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the talk about the spreadsheets, and I thought, well, Nick's probably more of a pro. I'm more of kind of a throw it together, just make it do what I need it to do kind of guy. For example, I mean, I do spreadsheets at work. Well, certain kinds. I just, like I said, I make them up as I go for what I do, and so I don't have any really professional training or anything. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have actually used the X lookup and V lookup before, much to Nick's chagrin.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a tough thing for him.
Yeah, he's much more of an index match kind of guy.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
When the models get big, you need efficiency of the formula.
Right.
So you got to really understand the coding.
right, yeah, for sure. So, I just over the years I've done a little Google and done all that. But anyway,
Awesome.
yeah, you guys, I mean, I'm sitting here at work, and I get to take little breaks now and then, and I've got lunch, and I'll watch and listen to you guys over lunch or whatever, and you like, oh, Christopher's probably got a spreadsheet, and I thought, yep, in about 5 minutes.
He made it happen.
I love it.
Oh, that is awesome.
Christopher, you're the reason why the points went from being just whatever we felt like and they didn't matter to them having substance. Like without you, season 1 would have had this like nebulous floating like what happened, but because of you, something special happened.
Yeah, we've been at each other's throats. So, do we have a final answer? Is that what we're going for here?
Yeah, well, I've been keeping track, obviously. So let's see here. Hold on. I got to get to the final tab now. Hold on. Scrolling.
I want to see the person who walks by and sees Chris on his phone in the car and is like, what have you been doing? He's like, oh, I'm on a podcast.
Currently.
Goofballs.
Looking at
Guys.
a spreadsheet.
Guys, I'm doing a spreadsheet for a podcast.
Plausible.
Normal
Yes, this is-
answer. I get that one a lot.
You guys go out to lunch. I'm going to do a spreadsheet for this podcast.
Oh, you have a podcast? No.
No, it's not my podcast. No. All right. So the moment everyone's been waiting for, all 48 episodes, the final scores. In third place, still over 1,000 points, Jeff Scheffelbein.
Ah, there we go.
1,177.5 points.
Well, I didn't
Beata
get
points.
skunked. I'm glad it wasn't a 0.
Yep.
No, it was pretty close. In second place, Nick Besner with 1,435 points and no decimals or fractions.
Wow, that's just pretty good. You got a whole number.
I hate decimals. I'm glad I got second and had a whole number.
At least it wasn't Roman numerals.
Yes. We have clarified that.
And our winner for season 1, Paul Coker, with an astounding 1,663.6 points.
Wow.
That's a lot of points.
That's a big one.
I had a decimal on there too. That's great.
Yeah, it all came down
There
to
were a
the
couple of
7-Eleven.
episodes with decimals. Yeah. Yeah, the 7-Eleven really did it.
That saved me. Yeah.
Quality.
Oh, thank heaven for 711
Yep,
points.
That's it.
Yeah, I'll point out that before that episode, Paul was in last place. So anyway.
Big swing.
Wow. That's how it goes on the BeatiDudes.
That's it. You never know. You never know. It's like the dot races at the ballpark.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, I
man.
kicked Nick and tripped Jeff and then ran ahead of both of them.
It's awesome.
Ouch.
Hey, Christopher, thank you for that. And
Yes, sir.
seriously, you are a key part of this show. You will be getting a sample of every swag we ever produce, which right now is nothing.
But it's coming. It's coming.
I want to just open this up to you, Chris. Reflections, whether moments of humor or a guest or a moment that you reflected on or that touched you and really kind of packaged up and all that. You've been giving great catechesis in the comments. So anybody listening, please know that Chris also brings it when it comes to understanding the why and the depth and the history behind some of this. So I'm just going to turn it over to you for a minute. What say ye?
Roger that. Well, let me just say, there's just overall, the main reflection that comes to mind for me is the fact that we all go to church, hopefully at least every Sunday, if not more, hopefully. And, in my case, I tend to go to church and I spend time with people that I know and that I'm familiar with. We've made friends and things, but I get used to those people. And watching the BeatiDudes has exposed me to just so many different kinds of Catholic men, backgrounds and personalities and experiences. And so I'm very grateful for that. just the opportunity to understand that we don't have to fit into one or two types of people to be good, holy, and humorous Catholics. So thank you guys very much for that opportunity.
Nailed it.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you.
The kinds of episodes that really, well, the one episode that really stands out to me is, it's interesting that you mentioned it, the why behind things. The episodes 35 and 36 with Jeremy, he really expressed a great passion for his intellectual pursuit of understanding the whys of the faith. And I spent my whole life since high school, since I really chose the faith for my own. I mean, I was cradle Catholic and went to Catholic school all growing up, but it was middle of high school or so, I finally decided that, I want to take this seriously. And I guess I'm just kind of that kind of person that will go looking for the why behind everything. So, like Jeremy in that episode, that one really touched me in that way. I really sympathized with him and that journey. And that episode number 36, the bonus, I will say, it had great potential, and it turned into a real jewel that I'm sure will remain current and even vault into the top 3 episodes.
Man. So
wow. Did I mention I was a nerd?
Wow. A nerd in the best possible way, man. That's fantastic.
My kind of BeatiNerd, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that episode was electrifying.
Oh my goodness, you're good at this. I think we ought to just pre-screen everything through you before we record.
Yeah. We'll just have you listen. We'll record on a lag, and then you'll just approve or disapprove.
This will just become SNL. He's just going to be our writer.
That's it.
Love it.
That's it.
We're just the talking talent.
We'll have cue cards that he writes for us. That'll be fantastic.
All my content comes on the heels of you guys and the guests, so
well, and I love that
to
reflection.
make that work.
Yeah, I love that reflection too, because this is a guest-driven show. Some people would debate that, including the negative comments I get about how much the three of us like to hear ourselves talk. But it is a guest-driven show.
That makes it genuine, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And you
That's
know what?
That's thing I love about it. You guys are so genuine with each other.
No, thank you.
Stay tuned for season 2, both Christopher and everybody else listening, because we have the likes of Deacon Harold Burke Sivers coming up. We have a show where we're going to put 2 men sitting in one seat. That's going to be weird.
It's going to get crowded in here.
An Australian evangelist, Bishop Edward Burns from the Diocese of Dallas. I mean, we got some incredible folks coming through
Our first
here.
travel.
Oh, we're doing 2 different remotes.
Road
one in
show?
August
Yeah.
or in Austin.
Yeah.
We're going to be at a conference with the keynote speaker. So great stuff coming up in season 2. Christopher, any last comments from you as we wrap up this quick little show?
Well, I started out the show with beatiflies in my stomach, but you guys really do a good job of easing that.
Amazing.
And I want to thank you again for all the experiences and just for welcoming me in as the official BeatiNerd of BeatiDudes. And I look forward to seeing you all in the comments.
Yeah.
In the comments. Hey, Christopher, for being our greatest commenter, BeatiDude of all time, we are going to be mailing you a pair, and I'm showing them right now, of the Blessed Carlo Acutis socks from Sacrilegious. And so these will be coming to you, all you BeatiDudes. Check out sacrilegious.com/BeatiDudes. Get your 10% off. But these pair, I will probably never see, but I know you'll be wearing them when you're commenting.
Yes.
From the car.
Yep, and for all of you who have tuned in for this special episode, we will see you next time, and until then, we will see you in the Eucharist.
God bless.
Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to join us at our undersized table, subscribe to the video version of the show on YouTube by typing @ that's the symbol @, so shift and 2 on your keyboard, @the_BeatiDudes on YouTube. We'll see you there.
This podcast is part of the Spoke Street Network. For more great podcasts, visit spokestreet.com.